Okay, and final question today, since we're starting to run out of time, is from Mari. And Mari is saying, I need some advice on how to support my husband who's an ENTP and is struggling right now. He has a lot going on at work, which stresses him out, but he's able to get through it and even enjoys it. ENTPs often enjoy pressure situations. So yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. The problem is that I see more and more of his inner children when he's at home. Now, I want to address this straight away. That makes a lot of sense because at home he feels safe, which means that he can allow his inner children, he trusts you with his inner children, basically. He trusts you with the most tender parts of him. So please take that as a massive compliment, even if it feels difficult for you. Please understand that the reason why he's doing that is because he trusts you. And if he was having this amount of struggle and he wasn't talking to you about it, that would be a whole lot worse than the fact that he's bringing it home and he's doing that. Back to the question. The problem is that I see more and more of his inner children when he's at home. He's not the playful and present father I know he can be. And he repeatedly says that he doesn't want to have kids, thankfully not in front of the children. And he often gets overwhelmed and paralyzed with all there is to do around the house and all the routine stuff that comes with having two small children who are 3 and 6. Now, I want to address this again separately as a part of this question. If he feels like he doesn't have control outside of the home, or he can't express the inner children away from home, then when he comes home, he feels like he's competing with the children. So his inner children are competing with the children. So that's why he might be feeling resentful towards your actual kids. And it's not that he doesn't want to be a good dad or that he doesn't have it in him. He does. It's just he's not coping very well right now. Okay. Back to the question. Weekends are the worst for him. He talks a lot about his work and his struggles there, and I feel that I'm mostly able to support him with this. But it's all the things here at home that I'm not sure how to help him with. Do you have any thoughts? Yes, I do. Number one, especially with men, especially with the male brain, you need the male 80% of the male brains are similar in structure, 80% of women's brains are similar in structure, 10% of men's and women's brains are the opposite in orientation, and about 10% is neutral. There's no preference to feminine or masculine brain structure. So we're talking about the 80%, and from what you're saying here, I'm picking up that his masculine brain is very overwhelmed with all the moving parts. And what he actually probably needs is a weekend off on his own somewhere doing something he loves, or alternatively a weekend home without any of you other people there. So take the kids and go somewhere for a weekend and just give him some time to be with himself, and then maybe have calls with him throughout that time if he wants to talk. The other thing is have the children go and have fun with grandparents, if that's an option for you, so that you can that your life isn't just about that he's not just daddy, because that's obviously too much for him right now because he's not able to parent his inner children either. Okay, so he needs to establish himself as an individual, then as a part of the relationship between the two of you, and only then after that as the father. So it sounds to me like he's just been required to be dad, work and dad. So he's not himself, or he's not your husband. So those are the things that kind of need to be established before he clearly needs a break from his behavior. And as you've said, he's been a good dad and he loves his children and so on, but it's just too much right now. So that's what I would say to that. Just compassion goes a long way. He's clearly struggling, and trying to change it, or trying to have a thinking solution for an emotional problem. This is clearly an emotional problem. Is that is going to be a big issue. So you need to make sure that you are in fact supporting him in a way that makes sense to him, which is to establish himself first, and then he can kind of get back on track with other stuff. All right, so that's all the time that we have for today. It's been great being here with you today. Hey, Divyesh, great to see you as well. Yeah, we'll talk again next week. You have a fantastic week, everyone, and you look after yourselves and you look after your inner children. Take care.